Hello students, welcome to RG Studio. My name is Rahul, I am a teacher. In this video, I am going to give information regarding sample paper for the preparation of entrance exam for Master of Public Health, that is MPH. This video is very useful for various university and institutes Master of Public Health entrance exam like Common University Entrance Test CUT PG. For CUT PG in 2024, registration will start in January 2024. And Common University Entrance Test CUT-PG test will be in March 2024. So this video is very useful for all Master of Public Health entrance exams like Common University Entrance Test CUT for postgraduate courses, AIIMS Raipur, AIIMS Jodhpur, AIIMS Bhubaneswar, AIIMS Rishikesh, PGI MER Chandigarh, TISS Mumbai, JIPMER Pondicherry, Indian Institute of Public Health, Gandhinagar, Hyderabad and other Indian Institute of Public Health, Nimhans Bangalore, ICMR Bhubaneswar, Pune University, Lucknow University, Rajiv Gandhi Health University, and for all other university and institutes which conducts Master of Public Health and Hospital Management entrance exams, and students who are preparing for various university and institutes Master of Public Health, Hospital Management and other competitive exams. And for this, if they want online or offline coaching and want important questions PDF note, they can WhatsApp on 9411513974. So for important questions PDF notes and online or offline coaching, WhatsApp number is 9411513974. And for the preparation of competitive exams, there is a WhatsApp group which link you will get in description box. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you can get the information for important videos and get the information for various admissions and jobs. Here first question is, in India, when did the second phase of COVID-19 vaccination start? In India, when did the second phase of COVID-19 vaccination start? Option A, December 2020. Option B, January 2021. Option C, February 2021. Option D, March 2021. Correct answer is option D, March 2021. So in India, in March 2021, second phase of COVID-19 vaccination started. So second phase of COVID-19 vaccination in India got started in March 2021. Its explanation is on 1st March 2021. The second phase of vaccination started in India that allows all Indians above the age of 60 and Indians between the age of 45 and 59 with comorbidities to be vaccinated. Next question number second, RSBY stands for. RSBY stands for option A, Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Option B, Rashtriya Swasthya Beneficiary Youth. Option C, Rashtriya Self Beneficiary Youth. Option D, none of these. Correct answer is option A, Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. So RSBY stands for. Correct answer is Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana. Its explanation is Rashtriya Swasthya Bima Yojana, RSBY, literally National Health Insurance Program, is a government-run health insurance program for the Indian poor. The scheme aims to provide health insurance coverage to the unrecognized sector workers belonging to the BPL category and their family members shall be beneficiaries under this scheme. It provides for cashless insurance for hospitalization in public as well as private hospitals. Next question number 3, the Bhopal gas tragedy is an example of. The Bhopal gas tragedy is an example of option A, point source epidemic. Option B, continuous epidemic. Option C, propagated epidemic. Option D, slow epidemic. Correct answer is option A, point source epidemic. So the Bhopal gas tragedy is an example of. Correct answer is point source epidemic. Bhopal gas tragedy is an example of point source epidemic. Its explanation is, if an epidemic stems from a single source of exposure to a casual agent, it is considered a point source epidemic. Examples of point source epidemics are food poisoning of restaurant patrons who have been served contaminated food and cancer occurrence among survivors of the atomic bomb blast in Hiroshima. So the Bhopal gas tragedy is an example of. Correct answer is point source epidemic. Next question is question number 4. Disability free life expectancy is measured by. Disability free life expectancy is measured by option A Human Development Index, option B Physical Quality of Life Index, option C Sullivan's Index, option D Chandler's Index. So correct answer is option C Sullivan's Index. Disability free life expectancy is measured by. Correct answer is Sullivan's Index. So disability free life expectancy is measured by Sullivan's Index. Its explanation is Sullivan's Index, also known as disability free life expectancy. Sullivan's Index is also known as disability free life expectancy. DFLE is a method to compute life expectancy free of disability. Health expectancy calculated by Sullivan's method is the number of remaining years at a particular age that an individual can expect to live in a healthy state. Next question number 5. A total of 200 patients with glaucoma were followed up annually for a period of 10 years to assess complications. Such a study design is called. Question here is a total of 200 patients with glaucoma were followed up annually for a period of 10 years to assess complications. Such a study design is called. Option A case series, option B case control, option C clinical trial, option D cohort study. Correct answer is option D cohort study. So here question is a total of 200 patients with glaucoma were followed up annually for a period of 10 years to assess complications. Such a study design is called. Correct answer is cohort study. Its explanation is a cohort study is a particular form of longitudinal study that samples are performing a cross section at intervals through time. It is a type of panel study where the individuals in the panel share a common characteristic. Next question number 6. Positive predictive value is most affected by. Positive predictive value is most affected by option A relative risk, option B prevalence, option C odds ratio, option D attributable risk. Correct answer is option B prevalence. Positive predictive value is most affected by. Correct answer is prevalence. So positive predictive value is most affected by. Correct answer is prevalence. Its explanation is in epidemiology, prevalence is the proportion of a particular population found to be affected by a medical condition at a specific time. It is derived by comparing the number of people found to have the condition with the total number of people studied and is usually expressed as a fraction, a percentage, or the number of cases per 10,000 or 100,000 people. Prevalence is most often used in questionnaire studies. So positive predictive value is most affected by prevalence. Next question is question number 7. Bergsonian bias is a type of. Bergsonian type bias is a type of option A selection bias, option B recall bias, option C information bias, option D interviewer bias. So correct answer is option A selection bias. So Bergsonian bias is a type of. Correct answer is selection bias. Its explanation is Bergman's paradox, also known as Bergman's bias, collider bias, or Bergman's fallacy, is a result in conditional probability and statistics, which is often found to be counterintuitive and hence a vertical paradox. It is a complicating factor arising in statistical test of proportion. Next is question number 8. For negatively skewed data, the mean will be. For negatively skewed data, the mean will be option A 1, option B more than the median, option C less than the median, option D equal to the median. Correct answer is option C less than the median. For negatively skewed data, the mean will be. So for negatively skewed data, the mean will be. Correct answer is less than the median. So for negatively skewed skewed data, the mean will be less than the median. Its explanation is in probability theory and statistics. Skewness is a measure of the asymmetry of the probability distribution of a real valued random variable about its mean. The skewness value can be positive, zero, negative, or undefined. So for negatively skewed data, the mean will be, correct answer is less than the median. Next question is question number 9. Q test is used to detect. Q test is used to detect option A interquartile range, option B outliers, option C difference of means, option D difference of proportions. Correct answer is option B outliers. So Q test is used to detect, correct answer is outliers. Q test is used to detect outliers. Its explanation is there are several ways for determining the probability that a result is an outlier. One of the most common approaches is called Dixon's Q test. The basis of the Q test is to compare the difference between the suspected outlier's value and the value of the result nearest to it. The gap to the difference between the suspected outlier's value and the value of the result furthest from it the range. So Q test is used to detect, correct answer is outliers. Next question is question number 10. Which of the following diseases is known as the barometer of social welfare? Which of the following diseases is known as the barometer of social welfare? Option A cholera, option B malaria, option C leprosy, option D tuberculosis. Correct answer is option D tuberculosis. So question A is which of the following diseases is known as the barometer of social welfare? So tuberculosis disease is known as the barometer of social welfare. So very important question this is. Tuberculosis disease is also known as the barometer of social welfare. Its explanation is tuberculosis is the oldest reported infectious disease caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis and is known as the barometer of social welfare because of its higher prevalence in less developed areas. Tuberculosis frequently affects the lungs but also affects other parts of the body. So the disease which is known as the barometer of social welfare is tuberculosis. Next question number 11. The transition from increased prevalence of infectious diseases to man-made diseases is known as. The transition from increased prevalence of infectious diseases to man-made diseases is known as. Option A paradoxical transition, option B reversal of transition, option C epidemiological transition, option D demographic transition. Correct answer is option C epidemiological transition. So the transition from increased prevalence of infectious diseases to man-made diseases is known as, correct answer is epidemiological transition. Its explanation is in demography and medical geography. Epidemiological transition is a theory which describes changing population patterns in terms of fertility, life expectancy, mortality and leading causes of death. So the transition from increased prevalence of infectious diseases to man-made diseases is known as, correct answer is epidemiological transition. Next question number 12. Who discovered the transmission of malaria by Anopheline mosquitoes? Who discovered the transmission of malaria by Anopheline mosquitoes? Option A Leeuwenhoek, option B Ronald Ross, option C Muller, option D Pampana. Correct answer is option B Ronald Ross. So Ronald Ross discovered the transmission of malaria by Anopheline mosquitoes. So the transmission of malaria by Anopheline mosquitoes discovered by Ronald Ross. Its explanation is Sir Ronald Ross was a British medical doctor who received the Nobel Prize for Physiology or Medicine in 1902 for his work on the transmission of malaria, becoming the first British Nobel laureate and the first born outside Europe. His discovery of the malarial parasite in the gastrointestinal tract of mosquito in 1897 proved that malaria was transmitted by mosquitoes and laid the foundation for the method of combating the disease. So, the transmission of malaria by Anopheles mosquitoes is discovered by Ronald Ross. In this video, I have given information regarding sample paper for the preparation of entrance exam for Master of Public Health for various university and institutes like Common University in Trent, CUT PG, AIMS Rishikesh, AIMS Raipur, AIMS Jodhpur, PGI MER Chandigarh, TISS Mumbai, JIPMER Pondicherry, IIPH, Nimhans Bangalore, ICMR Bhubaneswar, Pune University, Lucknow University, Rajiv Gandhi Health University, Kaloji Narayan University of Health Sciences, and for all other university and institutes which conducts public health, hospital management and other competitive exams, and students who are preparing for various university and institutes and Master of Public Health, Master of Hospital Administration and other competitive exams. And for this, if they want online or offline coaching and want important questions PDF notes, they can WhatsApp on 9411513974. So for important questions PDF notes and online or offline coaching, WhatsApp number is 9411513974. And for the preparation of competitive exams, there is a WhatsApp group which link you will get in description box. Kindly subscribe to the channel so that you can get the information for important videos and get the information for various admissions and jobs. Thanks for watching this video.